Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today, and today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 7th of April 2023. Let's start with our session. Hexacentris ashoka, which was seen in the news recently, belongs to which species? So 3 new species of bush cricket was found recently, and 2 of these species were found in Haryana state. So in the local dialect of Haryana, bush crickets are referred to as the titties. And the rest, 3rd species was found from Meghalaya state, and it was named after the Khasi hills where it was discovered. Fine. So this Hexacentris ashoka is a new species of bush cricket. Now yesterday we have talked about sea lamprey. It is a rare species of fish that is known to extract the blood of its prey, and recently it was spotted on the Dutch island of Texel. Fine. So you can be asked that sea lamprey, which was seen in the news recently, belongs to which species? So answer would be fish. Next is, which country's plant mycologist is the first person in the world to contract a plant fungal disease? Actually, it is a plant fungal that causes the silver leaf disease in the plants. And a plant mycologist from India has become the first person in the world to contract a plant fungal disease, and it attacks the most species of the rose family, particularly in the genus Prunus. Okay, and among the millions of fungi present, only a few hundreds of fungi infect humans and the animals. Okay, so which country's plant mycologist is the first person in the world to contract a plant fungal disease? Answer would be India. Now if we talk about important international current affairs, who is the new vice president of the country? UAE. This is Sheikh Mansour. Okay, also recently Saudi Arabia country becomes the Shanghai Cooperation Organization dialogue partner, right? And who is the new elected leader of Scottish National Party? This is Mr. Hamza Yusuf. Also, who is the new president of the BRICS New Development Bank? Answer would be former Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff, right? And who is the 3rd vice president of the country Nepal? This is Mr. Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav. Okay. Next is, Ukraine recently placed an order to procure Rosomak multipurpose armored vehicle from which country? So Ukraine has recently placed an order to procure 100 Rosomak multipurpose armored vehicles from the country Poland. And this multipurpose armored vehicle is the licensed variant of the Finnish Patria AMV. So this order will be financed through the fund that Poland has received from the European Union and the US funds that Ukraine has received. Fine. So Ukraine has decided to purchase this Rosomak multipurpose armored vehicle from the country Poland. Next is, Palm Sunday is an event associated with which religion? Actually, this is a Christian movable feast that occurs on the Sunday before Easter, and it was observed on 2nd of April this year. Actually, this feast commemorates Christians' entry into Jerusalem, and its name originates from the palm branches waved by the crowd to greet and honor Jesus Christ as he entered the city. Fine. So Palm Sunday is an event that is associated with Christianity. Next is, Ruki Sakamoto, who passed away recently, was associated with which field? So he is a famous Japanese musician and actor, and recently he passed away at the age of 71 years. So he was a composer, record producer and actor who pursued a diverse range of style of art. So basically he was the Japanese pop pioneer and Oscar-winning composer. So he was in news because recently he passed away. Answer would be art. He is associated with art. And yesterday we have talked about late Salim Aziz Durrani. He was an Afghan-born Indian cricketer and he passed away recently at the age of 88 years. Next is Izu Ogasawara Trench is located in which ocean? So this trench is an oceanic trench in the Western Pacific Ocean. And recently the scientists have set a record for the deepest fish ever caught on camera and the deepest catch ever made. So this is a snail fish which was filmed recently swimming at 8,336 meters in this Izu Ogasawara Trench, and it lies in the Pacific Ocean. Okay. Next is Vaikom Satyagraha was held in which Indian state in 1924? So Vaikom Satyagraha began on 30th of March in the year 1924 in the temple town of Vaikom in the state of Kerala, where in the princely state of Travancore, and it marked the beginning of temple entry movements across the country. So recently Kerala and Tamil Nadu Chief Ministers inaugurated the centenary celebrations of anti-caste struggle Vaikom Satyagraha. Who is the Chief Minister of Kerala? This is Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan. And who is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu? Answer would be M.K. Stalin. So here correct answer would be Kerala state. Capulopsyche carolensis, which was recently discovered in Kerala, belongs to which species? So a new genus and the species of bagworm moth has been discovered from the coffee plantations of Kerala state. And researchers have discovered this new species of moth from the Idukki district and also from the Palakkad district of Kerala. Fine. So your correct answer would be moth. Actually, this type of question is asked in your science and technology section. So that's why I have included these species related questions as well. Next is, what is the total merchandise value of the government e-marketplace as of 2022 to 23? So in the financial year 2022 to 23, procurement of goods and services from the government portal, that is government e-marketplace, has crossed the 2 lakh crore rupees mark. And after the GEM portal was launched in the year 2017, business worth about 400 crore rupees was done, and the business tripled last year to 1 lakh crore rupees. And now finally it reached the 2 lakh crore rupees mark in the next 5 years. So your correct answer will be 2 lakh crore rupees. Last question is, what is the GST collection recorded in the month of March? So India's GST revenue collection for the month of March 2023 stood at 1.6 lakh crore rupees. And this is a 13% higher than the GST revenues in the same month of last year. So it is for the 4th time in the current financial year that the gross GST collection has crossed the 1.5 lakh crore rupees target since the implementation of GST. Fine. So how much GST is collected in the month of March? Answer is 1.6 lakh crore rupees. Now if you revise some of the important current affairs from this week, first of all, which city was the host for the 2nd edition of the Africa-India Field Training Index? Field Training Exercise, that is F Index. Answer would be Pune. This is the exercise between India and Africa, and the venue for this year is Pune. Next is, which state has released the Lake Development Program? Lake Development Program was implemented by Telangana state. Why? To develop and rejuvenate 50 water bodies in and around Hyderabad. Next is, the Space System Design Lab has been recently inaugurated in which Indian state or the Union Territory? Answer is Gujarat. Right? Also, India recently signed a defense cooperation agreement with which European country? This is Romania. Then Defense Ministry has signed a contract with which institution for the communication satellite named as GSAT-7B. So this is NSIL, means New Space India Limited. Not only this, Defense Ministry has also signed a contract with BEL for procuring the project Akash Tir for the Indian Army. Right? Now, In this week also we have studied that the state that has the lowest ratio of police personnel per 1 lakh population was Bihar state. Fine. And which footballer recently scored his 100th international goal for his country, and also this was his 800th career goal. This is Lionel Messi, who is from the country Argentina. So these are the most important current affairs from this week. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the current affairs for the month of February, and this is part 8 in this series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 106 up to question number 120. Let's see. Which Indian state topped the medal tally in the 5th Khelo India Youth Games? So in the 5th Khelo India Youth Games that was recently concluded in Madhya Pradesh state, Maharashtra ranks first in the medal table, and Maharashtra was followed with Haryana at second position, and third was Madhya Pradesh. So top 3 states in this are Maharashtra, Haryana and Madhya Pradesh. And which was the venue for the 5th Khelo India Youth Game? Answer is Madhya Pradesh. After the RBI monetary policy statement announced in February 2023, what is the repo rate? So MPC of RBI hiked the repo rate by 25 basis points to 6.5% in a bid to control the retail inflation. Which country launched Operation Dost to extend assistance to Turkey and Syria after the massive earthquake? So India has launched this Operation Dost to extend our help to Turkey and Syria after the devastating earthquake that occurred there in the month of February. Gaziantep Castle, which was seen in the news recently, is a historical site located in which country? So this is a site in Turkey, and the earthquake has badly damaged this historic site, and also it was a tourist attraction in the southeastern Turkey. Which Union Ministry signed a memorandum of understanding with Digital Green to build a national level digital extension platform? This is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So they have signed a memorandum of understanding with Digital Green under a public-private partnership framework to build a national level digital extension platform. And this platform will host a digital library of multi-format, multilingual content, and also it would upskill the extension workers for agriculture, horticulture, fisheries, livestock, etc. Fine. Next is, which country introduced new bank stress test scenarios to examine the ability of the 23 biggest lenders? Here answer is US. So US Federal Reserve, which is the country's central bank, recently introduced the Wall Street Bank stress test scenarios, and the central bank examined the ability of 23 biggest US lenders to withstand the crisis conditions without degrading their capital. Which city is the host of the 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Games? Answer would be Gulmarg. So 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Game recently started at Gulmarg in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And Jammu and Kashmir also holds the distinction to have topped in both the previous editions of the Khelo India Winter Games so far. Which is the first fintech company to launch cross-border transaction facility through UPI? This is PhonePe. Recently, PhonePe became the first Indian fintech company to enable the payments abroad, and it allows the international transaction through the unified payment interface. So with this, Indian travelers can actually make the UPI transactions to the foreign merchants using this PhonePe platform. Next is chimeric antigen receptor T-cell therapy, which was seen in the news recently, is used to treat which disease? Answer is cancer. This T-cell therapy is the latest innovation in the field of medicine to treat cancer, and recently this therapy has received the clearance for treating leukemia and lymphoma types of cancer. Nebraska's sandhills, where a new type of quasi-crystal was discovered, is located in which country? What is this quasi-crystal? Basically, it is a substance that has the atoms orderly arranged like a crystal, but its atomic structure is more complex and does not repeat periodically in all the direction. So this unique type of complex pattern makes it different from the normal crystal, and recently a new type of this quasi-crystal was discovered in the north central Nebraska's sand hills in the country USA. Okay. Next is, which state or the union territory is the host of India's first frozen lake marathon? Answer would be Ladakh. So India's first frozen lake marathon is going to be organized at Pangong Lake in the union territory of Ladakh, and this event will be held at an altitude of 13,862 feet and cover a distance of total 21 kilometers. So this marathon is started at Liukung, and this event is known as the last run to highlight the issue of climate change. Which African country recently announced demonetization to address corruption and bring down inflation? This was the country Nigeria. Nigeria announced demonetization to address corruption and bring down inflation, and the purpose is to bring back most of the money that is in circulation outside the banking system and also to minimize the money laundering. Now, who is the new president of the country Nigeria? This is Mr. Bola Tinubu. Recently, he has been elected as the new president of Nigeria. Which country has planned to launch Millet International Initiative for Research and Awareness? Answer is India. India has planned to launch a global initiative called as MIRA to promote the consumption and production of millets, and MIRA will coordinate international millet research programs and support the research on millet crop. So this global initiative will also raise awareness and promote the millet consumption, right? So India will provide the initial funding and other G20 countries will contribute to the budget. What is the name of the exercise between National Security Guard and the US Special Operation Forces? Answer is Tarkash. Okay, Tarkash is a joint bilateral exercise between India's National Security Guard and the US Special Operation Forces, and the 6th edition of this exercise was being held in Chennai from 16th of January up to 14th of February. What is the name used to describe a group of synthetic chemicals called per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances? Answer would be forever chemicals. So this is a term that is used to describe a group of synthetic chemicals called per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances that are highly persistent in the environment and also they resist degradation. So they are called as forever chemicals because they do not break down naturally and can persist for decades or even centuries. Why it was in news? Because researchers of Oxford University have found high levels of forever chemicals in the ice around the country Norway. Fine. So that's why this term was in news. तो इसी के साथ हमारे ये नेक्स्ट 15 क्वेश्चंस हो गए फरवरी मंथ के, और कल हम यहीं से कंटिन्यू करेंगे 121 से लेके 135 तक देखेंगे। इसी के साथ हमने आज 50% ऑफ फरवरी मंथ के करंट अफेयर्स को कंप्लीट कर लिया है और रेस्ट 50% जो है वो हम धीरे धीरे करके अगले 8 दिनों में कंप्लीट कर लेंगे। तो चलिए आपके क्विज की तरफ चलते हैं। ये 5 क्वेश्चन हैं जिनको आपको ध्यान से पढ़ना है और इसका जवाब आपको कॉमेंट्स में लिखना है। तो यहाँ पे वीडियो को पॉज करिए, एक एक करके ध्यान से क्वेश्चन को पढ़िए। जो भी आपको आते हैं वेल एंड गुड, और जो नहीं आते कोई भी बात नहीं, विथ टाइम डेफिनेटली आपका स्कोर इंप्रूव करेगा। बस आपको कंसिस्टेंट और परसिस्टेंट रहने की ज़रूरत है। सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे। आई होप यू हैव लाइक द सेशन। आज का सेशन आपको कैसा लगा ज़रूर बताएगा कमेंट्स में। साथ ही साथ आपका कोई भी रिव्यू है, फीडबैक है या फिर सजेशन है तो वो भी आप हमें बता सकते हैं। हमें जानकर खुशी होगी और हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने की। तो कल फिर हम मिलेंगे सेम टाइम सेम जगह कल के करंट अफेयर्स के साथ। Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Satsana signing off.